At Blackfoot Communications, our mission is to connect people, businesses, and communities, bringing a world-class fiber network to homes, communities, and businesses of all sizes. Ensures Montanans have access to fast, reliable, and secure internet and phone services. Are you ready for fiber internet? To find out if fiber is coming to your area, visit goblackfoot.com/readyforfiber. Connect to more with Blackfoot Communications.
No cookies today, Jack.
All right. Few points. Obviously, Sacramento State hadn't lost a conference game since 2019. 19 straight Big Sky Conference games. I'm just going to open up Coach Eck. We've got Ricardo Chavez and Gevani McCoy will join us as soon as we can with them. So.
Really good team win. I talked a lot to our team this week. I thought last week, we had all the momentum early in the game. The momentum swung, and they got the momentum. We didn't do a very good job responding when the momentum went against us. And then you have a game like today where the momentum kept swinging back and forth, and I was just really proud of our guys that we kept responding back and forth, because that's a really good football team, and they're not going to lay down just because you get a lead on them, like maybe happened in our Nevada game or something. So we just kept battling. There's still things we can clean up and play a lot better. I was, really disappointed by the touchdown they had at the end of the second quarter, because I thought we didn't have very good discipline in that drive. But, a great step to, be 1-0 in the conference. And, obviously a team doesn't, win 22 regular season games in a row by accident. They're a very good team, so it's a good win to build on as we get into conference play.
Coach, I'm going to touch on the effort of your run defense.
No, I want to talk about the O-line first, because I thought our O-line was freaking awesome this week. And maybe I should thank you, because you said we couldn't block anybody, and we kicked their ass up front. We ran the ball and ran it really well against them. The last series, they knew we were going to run it, and we ran it down their throats. To run, Woodsy's a warrior too. He runs for 117 yards against them. But I thought our O-line was awesome in the running game. Okay, now let's go back to your original question.
Okay. Starting with the run defense, you guys shut them down. It's no secret they like to run the ball. You guys play well up front.
You guys come on here, Ricardo. Well, I thought our D-line was great, because, it was really a reversal from last year, because last year, they won the line of scrimmage in the game, and, they ran the ball for 200 yards in the first half. So, to hold them to 2 yards in the first half was quite the reversal. So I thought our D-line played really well. Then we got to be a little bit more disciplined with our D-line, because, again, we had some of those foolish penalties that extended drives, and we just got to understand a little situational football. We had too many penalties like on 3rd and 15. Force someone to make a play on 3rd and 15. Don't create a penalty that gets them an automatic first down. But they really controlled their run game. I think Fulcher's a really good back, and what did he have rushing? Not too many. He had 44 yards rushing. So again, our starting back is 117. Theirs is 44, and he was very good last week against Stanford. So I thought our D line was physical, and we won the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball.
Were we able to do systematically to kind of prevent Bennett from being kind of as effective as he?
Well, I think we hit him. He hadn't been hit. He hadn't been sacked yet. So we got some guys on him and put a little pressure on him. I thought there were times where he was limping around a little bit out there, and he's a tough kid, but he's a first-year starter who's never really been pressured. He hadn't been sacked in 3 games, so we were able to put some pressure on him and hit him. I thought we had a simple defensive game plan that we executed well. We did a good job of matching up with their formations, and did a lot of good things there.
You touched on it a little bit, but talk about the confidence you had in Woods there that last series. He got a big game for you, but you trusted him there at the end.
No, we trust Woods. We trust all our players, and Woods is a great player. I'm really proud of him for how tough he was this week. Because again, you would have asked me Thursday, is Woods going to have 24 carries? I said, nah, no way. I hope we can get like 10 out of him or something. But he's a warrior. Quarterback's a warrior. So he was awesome. And again, I give a lot of credit to the offensive line, because I think they really improved, and to run the way they did against a really good defense, defensive head coach. They haven't missed a beat. It was an impressive drive. We got to get better in protection, though. I think we still got to protect Gevani a little better. But I was really impressed by the jumps we made in the run game.
Jason, you want to talk about your offensive line play at all? Let me ask you, this is a great team win, but what does this do for you on Tuesday when you're in the weight room, or Wednesday when you're
we really, by the time we hit the Tuesday, we shouldn't even be thinking about this game. We should be focused on the next one and moving on, because, I was really happy as we sat in the bus last week and I saw, that they beat Stanford. because, it's a challenge sometimes when you have a big win to get guys back to, down to earth and get to work. And, they were the toast of the FCS football last week. But, I'm going to lean on our leaders. I think our leaders got to do they don't hang any banners for being 1-0 in the conference up or anything. We got a lot of work to do, and road wins in conference are really tough. Someone told me, Montana lost on the road today in conference, so those are tough games. So we got to handle that going well. It's not a far trip, but I know historically Idaho hasn't played great up there, so we got to go change that this year.
Just talking about the confidence that beating a team like this who didn't quit here,
Yeah.
what that does for your team.
Well, I think it'll help our confidence that we can respond better because we didn't respond great in the Cal game when the momentum swung again. But I think we have a confident team. I don't think we had many confidence issues, but I think it was good to have a game where we had a lot of swings of momentum against us, and we were able to, not flinch when that happened. That's what my college coach used to always say. You can't flinch when the momentum swings against you.
What can you do to kind of clean up some of the, the non-snap penalties? There was a lot of extracurriculars today. There was a couple of drives kept alive because of mental mistakes by your guys. What can you do to clean up?
Well, I think it's lifestyle stuff. I mean, we got to have our coaches do a better job of holding guys accountable on every little detail. Making sure you come to meetings with a notebook and a pen and you're lifting. Are turned in and you're on time for class. It really is just a commitment to being accountable and being disciplined and doing what you're supposed to do in every setting, and that's an area we got to improve on.
What do you want to say about your kicker?
He was awesome, man. We had a lot of confidence in him. I mean, we were playing that all the way because once we kind of got down in field position, that was our ideal situation. Only thing would have been better is if we could have burned one more second, and that was the last play of the game. But we did a good job, covering the kickoff. But that we have a lot of faith. Again, I'm a big believer in analytic stuff and giving yourself the best chance to win. So we coached up our guys in that scenario. Like if we would really, I think if I was Sac State there, I would have let us score. I think that's the play there, is to let us score. Now, we weren't going to. We called timeout and went over that. We don't want to score. If they let us score, we wanted to go down at the 1 because we wanted to kick the field goal with no time left because they got a good offense. So I'm a big believer in that stuff. I know, people were fired up because we missed some fourth downs last week and things, but I believe in that stuff and doing what's the best to give you a best chance to win. And, I think there's some science to football that way of the best way and the best strategy to use. And I thought that was an outstanding effort because you don't want to give a team like that a minute left to come down, down 7 because they got a good offense. So.
Break down that TJ Ivy touchdown play. I know you guys like to call those trick plays. Kind of what goes into calling those.
Yeah, I mean, that was one, we call it Anchorman, and we got that from Coach Sutton brought that from University of San Diego, and Slice does a good job. I told Slice right before the game, I kind of call them elements because they're elements of your offense, but they can be explosive, highly explosive, like hydrogen or something. So, I told him right in the headphone before the game, I said, let's get some of those called. Let's not leave bullets in the holster and stuff. And they really covered it pretty well. We executed it well. They, a lot of times when we practice it, the defense loses it and he's wide open, but they covered it well, but it was still a good one-on-one ball, and Bonnie's got a lot of confidence in TJ, just like he had confidence when Therese was one-on-one, and those two guys, had huge plays there.
Speaking of elements, Ivy gives you an element of explosive.
No question. He's been such a good pickup, and it was funny because he called me one day when we were out recruiting in the spring, and he was telling me, we kind of heard he was going to go somewhere else, and I just said, hey, you got to decide what's best for you. He's going to go someplace that was a little closer to home. And I said, yeah, one more year to play college football, man. If what's most important to you is like playing close to your family and having them see the games, that's one thing. But if you want to play in a big-time offense with, an offensive coordinator who's developed some pro tight ends and things and be a part of, one of the best offenses in the country, I think then you want to come here, but you got to make that decision yourself. And I think he chose wisely. He's been a great addition to our offense.
Let's talk about, Bonnie's deep ball accuracy. I mean, Therez's touchdown, Ivy's touchdown, both of them on the money, even with pressure.
Bonnie's highly accurate. I think the biggest he was very accurate last year. I think the biggest improvement he's made in the game, I think his scrambling ability has improved this year. He's avoiding more sacks. He's moving the chains. He's doing a great job of sliding. I wasn't too happy a few times. I thought they were hitting him late when he's sliding because they, the rules in college, as soon as you start the slide, you're down. They mark you down there. So I think the defense should have done a better job of staying off him on those. But great mastery of the offense. Even today, like we had one where we got, he lost his wristband. They didn't give it back, which I was pissed about. So a couple of their guys have his wristband on the sideline there. But he got us in a play. He didn't let us take a penalty or waste timeouts. And you see how valuable those timeouts are. Sac State, wasted some early in the second half, and that changed the whole complexion of the game. That's why we were able to go to that strategy of burning all the clock because they only had one timeout left. If they had 3 timeouts left, that changes our strategy completely in that situation. So, he's doing a great job. Can't say enough about Bonnie. You can ask him some questions too.
Join Town Pump's Pump It Up Rewards Plus program and never pay full price for fuel again.
Save 5 cents on every gallon every day at any Town Pump across Montana.
Plus, earn and redeem points on your favorite in-store items to get free stuff with our clubs.
Stop in and pick up a rewards card. Download the Pump It Up Rewards Plus app today.
Or visit townpump.com/rewards to register and start saving.
Right down the road. Pump it up. Oh, yeah.
Can talk pretty good.
Well, Coach, whole place is going crazy at the end of the game. Everybody's congratulating you, but it looked like you had a real quick moment of peace and reflection there before you went on the phone with the radio. What were you thinking about in that moment?
Well, I just, the first thing I thought after we won the game, I was happy for us, but, I have a lot of compassion for the other team. And that's a good team, and they haven't lost a Big Sky game since, 2019. So I wanted to go, tell a good game to their coaches and their players. And, again, I think that was a big win for our conference, beating Stanford last week. So I got a lot of respect for that team. And, again, I've competed against them now 3 years in a row, going back to, my last year at South Dakota State. We, played them in the playoffs. So I got a lot of respect for that coaching staff and their team. So, I really wanted to just thank them. And then, fun to go sing the fight song and have Vonnie up there conducting in front of our band. I really thought our student section was awesome today. We need more other people, though. I was disappointed we're under 10,000 today. We got to find 600 more people to get here to get that game to 10,000. But our students were awesome. I got to go. We went to all the frat houses on campus. I guess we got to go door to door and just knock on people's houses. But I thought our students were really, really good. That was a great student section. It was full.
So piggyback off that real quick. You guys beat Montana on the road last year, to beat Nevada on the road this year. You haven't really had a result of this caliber here yet. What does it mean to beat a team like that in front of the fans here?
Yeah, it's clearly our best home win I think we've had in the 2 years we've been here. So that, it's a good step, and you got to defend your home field. I mean, you're going to be a great team. You got to defend your home field, and it stuck a craw in my mouth how we played in our last home game last year because I thought we really didn't play well, and really that was the only game I thought we really did not play well. Probably in the 2 years I've been here, was that UC Davis game. So it was good to kind of get that wiped away and have a good win like this. And again, great seeing our student section couldn't have been better. I was very proud of those guys. They probably don't listen to press conferences. Tell them some other way. Tell them on social media.
Trainer, I think it was his first touchdown since he's been back on the field, back from his injury. What was it like seeing him make a play like that, a huge play in the course of the game?
Well, I think it was good for him last week. Vonnie found him a bunch last week on slants and stuff. And I think that was good for him just to get his confidence back and things. And, I think it makes us tough to defend because I think we got, 3 receivers who, maybe on another FCS team would be number 1 guys, but they got to kind of share the load. And they all made huge catches for us. And he's a weapon. He's a weapon. I'm hoping we can get him back to come back one more year because we got another year eligibility after this. So he's a big target. He has an amazing catch radius, probably one of the bigger catch radiuses I've always been around. And when he executes and does exactly what he's supposed to do, he's tough to cover.
Ricardo, were you aware when you guys got the ball back at the end there that they were playing for the field goal as well as playing for you to kick it?
For sure. I mean, I came up to Coach Eck and I told him, Coach, if we gotta go, if we need to feel good to win, this is where I want the ball. And the coaches did a great job putting me in a position to succeed.
What's your pre-kick routine, whether it's on that last kick or any other kick? What are you thinking? What's going through your mind?
Just take a deep breath, go into the kicking net, get the kicks I need, and just rock and roll from there.
He was a tough guy because at the end of the first half, he gets his knee hit on that roughing the punter call, and we were kind of in no man's land because I didn't. It would have been it was a 50-yard field goal, and I think we were going to kind of go for it if he wasn't available because that was probably out of our backup kicker's range. Didn't want to punt from there, but we were able to get him out of the tent in time and call timeout to kick that, and that was a big field goal.
Right. I mean, just soaking everything in. I mean, there's some people that know what happened last year, the playoffs, and that was something that I took in this offseason, and, that made me work harder and made me the person I am today.
Carter, do you feel, most of us would be standing over that kick freaking out, feeling pressure? How do you not feel pressure?
I mean, if I didn't care about this, I wouldn't feel any type of nervous. But of course, I go out there, I feel nervous. I care about this team. I just, want the best for this team, and all I do is just take my deep breath and go ahead and kick the ball.
Pressure is a privilege you earn, man. Again, if we were 0-3, probably no one would care about this game. But we earned the right to have some pressure today.
And pressure makes diamonds.
What's it like to kick a game-winning field goal like that? What's the feeling? It goes through, everybody else is jumping around. What's the feeling? What's it like?
Man, this is my first career game-winning field goal, and I can't thank God enough. He put me in this position. It was for a reason, and I just feels amazing. My line, my snapper, my holder, without them, that's not possible.
What was more stressful, the 50 or the 33?
I would probably say the 50 just because I got nicked up a little right before, but I know Coach talks about adversity every single day, and I felt like that was just something I had to overcome.
Can you tell me about what it's like, what it means to you guys to win a game like this?
This is just a great team win, and then just especially to be here inside of our dome too. So yeah, it was just a great team win, and that's a good team too. So yeah, it just feels good, and just to soak it all up, and it's just on to next week. So just add some fuel to our fire.
You get the play calls on the deep balls to drive right up there and say, let's go get it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Coach Slice caught that up, and it's a great play call, and I handed the ball off, and they tossed it a few more times, and it got back to me, and I saw him down there with the guy on him, and I just gave him a shot, and he just made a great play. So
You feel confident in him going up for 50-50 balls like that?
definitely, for sure, yes, for sure, he's a playmaker.
Did something open up in the second half to allow you to take some more of those shots downfield? Was there something surprising that you saw in the second half?
I wouldn't say that exactly, because we called for some shots in the first half too, but things just didn't go our way. So we just came back in at halftime and all just regrouped, and then Coach Slice told us that it's all still that our foot is still on the gas, and we're still going to take shots. So.
What are you thinking coming back out for that final drive? And you know that you have good field position. You know that probably a couple first downs gets you in the field goal territory. What's going through your mind as you're walking back out for that drive?
For that drive, I would say all that was going through my head was just to get us to field goal range. We all got faith in one. So so just to drive down the field, shoot clock, and get us in field goal range, and trust that Ricardo was going to win us the game.
And really both ones, because Jermaine had a great kickoff return, and then he gets the 15-yard horse collar right on our sideline. That was a huge play to give us that field position. So one started the drive, and the other one ended the drive.
For kind of both of you guys, Coach Eck mentioned the student section here tonight. What's it like to be able to go out and just ball out in front of the guys that you go to classes with and hang out with?
It's awesome. Those are the people, just walk around campus and you run into, and to have them in the stands there was something amazing. They believe in us, and without them, we wouldn't be having Sac State take those timeouts.
For sure. No, yeah. It feels great, just to see guys that you see on campus every day and stuff, just turned up in our student section and just seeing all types of stuff. So yeah, it's a pretty. It feels good, and it just feels great to have that support.
They were.
Quick question, Jason, just about next Saturday and the rivalry game. I know you're a Big Ten guy. You're all about rivalries in that conference. Just what this means, this rivalry means.
It's the Chisco Cup. We got to find that trophy where it's at. The Chisco Cup. We invented that last year. This is a big rivalry. It was the Governor's Cup years and years ago, but then it kind of got lost. But we found it, so we'll bring that thing up there, man. We'll strap it up and put it on top of the behind our bench, and it's a big game, man. Two teams, an hour and 15 hour and 20 minutes away. Historic rivals. They've been a traditional power. In FCS, a team that's won a national championship and had Walter Payton Award winners and stuff. So, again, we had a good result against them last year, but one game isn't enough. We got to keep showing that. We're getting to their level and hopefully getting above their level, because they've done a great job, and Coach Best has done a good job there for a lot of years.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Good work, fellas. Love you guys. Thanks for coming. Good to see Skyline Sports here, man, for a game not against the Montana.
DUI is a serious charge, and the process can be overwhelming, but it doesn't have to be. I'm attorney Dave Maldonado, and I have the experience and knowledge necessary to effectively represent you and make the situation manageable. Visit BigSkyDefender.com today.